to make up for lost time. We've got an interview ready for you for Mousesports. We'll bring it up now. I'm assuming it's going to be morxzas. Good morning.
Yeah, well, good morning.
I don't think people understand that you live...
I live in Germany.
You live in Germany. It's very early for you.
5 in the morning, yeah.
So congratulations. You are, I believe we can get confirmation on this. You are the only team that has not lost in the second half so far, as now EG losing will put them in the pile of teams that have lost. I mean, we talk about it all the time, the impact that England has as a team here. But I want to focus on something that might not be as positive a note, but it was something that was very prevalent in the matchup on Bank. Routinely, there would be opportunities where somebody from your team could capitalize on a potential free kill, but they were often droning themselves in. They were often on their own cameras. Is there some thought process behind this? Is it just simply that the team still needs to continue to work with who's helping who? Or is this a deliberate strategy that your team is employing?
I mean, like, as every team, we have our entry fraggers, and they getting droned in, and we have 2 people that like to support of holding flanks, and obviously at some point they have to drone each themselves in, because we can't tell them the entry fragger, okay, now stop entry fragging, drone for the supports, kind of at that point. So but yeah, like the entry fragger is getting droned in, and if someone needs to hold the flank or something, or at a later point of the round, obviously everyone got a drone at some point. So
I was curious because I saw the way that the team was coordinating, and it was most apparent in that final round where, you know, you had the Maverick, who was quite vulnerable playing at Skylight Stairwell, and, you know, it didn't look like there was any coverage from EG, but instead of Vertical being able to go get the kill himself, he was just sitting on his cam, whereas somebody else could have possibly been doing that for him. But let's focus on this second half as a whole. The team is playing a lot better around England. It certainly looks that way. You know, you're trying to match the fact that your compatriots just won in New York for ESL 1. But this team, things just seem to be going right. As a coach, what have you been most preoccupied by? What has your focus been on the last 4 weeks, and what's it going to be over the next 3 weeks? Because you're well within striking distance now of taking one of those 2 playoff spots and going back to Brazil, as you were there last year in Sao Paulo.
Well, it's very easy. We need to keep our work and scrim all the time. At this point, since we are the only team that didn't lose yet, we can get to the point where we overestimate ourselves and stop training, getting lazy and all that stuff, and we just need to keep focus on that. And that's kind of my job, to keep the team on track, have different scrim partners, have them always coming online, let them focus, concentrate, and all that stuff. And we as a moment, we really have perfect or good analysis on the opponents. We were almost sure that we're gonna play Bank against them. Last week we were almost sure we play Billa. Before we were sure we play Coastline, and we really kind of read the opponents at the moment. So yeah, I mean, there's always a lot to do, the communication, and at some point you need to always improve them. I wouldn't say that we are already on our top level, so there's a lot of things we can still improve, a lot of things we still have to work for, and yeah.
And that drive for betterment is what sets the good teams apart from the great teams. Best of luck in the second half of the season. So far, you're doing quite well. Congratulations today, and anything to say to your team or the viewers before we end the interview?
Yeah, I want to thank for 10% we got in the community word. I really love that we won't get over 20%, because that seems to be the limit. I think against SK we had 21, so that was the moment we tied. So get us under 20%, and we'll do the rest, and buy our skin and charm. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
As was noted,
It was 19% against SK. So that, and they managed to draw that.
Come with me now.